Were they following the withdrawal plan that you had in place with Afghanistan?
No, not even a little bit. And we had a great plan, but it was a very tenuous plan. It was based on many conditions. For instance, you can't kill American soldiers. And I dealt with Abdul Ghani Karaka, and I dealt with him, and very strongly, and he's the guy that's now the boss, and he was the boss then, and a lot of people weren't sure, and I had, numerous conversations, but I said the absolute first part of the first conversation that, Abdul, hopefully we're going to get along, but here's the story. If you kill any Americans or any American soldiers, we're going to hit you harder than any country has ever been hit before, and we're starting in your village, but we are going to hit you harder than any country has ever been hit before. I hate to start off a conversation that way. It's not very friendly, but that's okay. I think you understand. You've been fighting for your entire life. So what happened, Glenn, is from that point, for 18 months, I believe it is, approximately, not one American soldier was killed. We kept everything and you have to understand, I did want to get out, but I wanted to get out with dignity, and I wanted to take our equipment out. And, $85 billion. And I didn't want soldiers killed. I've spoken to numerous of the parents who will only speak to me. They won't speak to Biden because they view what he did as having killed their child. And what he did is just indefensible. He took the military out first, and he left all these people, and then we became beggars to get the people out. So I had a plan to get them out very quickly. But first, the Americans would go out. I say, go out, and you had a certain amount of time. If somebody wants to stay, we can't be responsible for them, but not too many people would have stayed. Go out. We were going to keep Bagram open. We were never going to close that because, frankly, Bagram is more about China than it is about Afghanistan. It's practically right on the border of China. It's perfect. And now we've lost that. And you know who's taking it over? China. I hear China is taking it over. We spent $10 billion to build that base. It's got the longest, most powerful runways in the world. And China is now got its representatives that looks like they're going to take it over. Glenn, it's not even believable what's happened. The way we got out, they have Apache helicopters. These are really expensive weapons. And really, they have 28 of them. And they're brand new. They're the latest model. They have, other, obviously, planes. I even say this, and you're a man. The reason you're great is because you're such common sense. Okay, it's about 90% common sense. Let's face it. And why wouldn't they bring pilots in to fly out the planes or the helicopters? It would have taken an hour. Even if you land them in Pakistan, land them in any country. You got 10 countries you can land them in, and get them out of there. So they didn't do that.
Let me talk to you a little bit about Pakistan. General Hamid and the Prime Minister Imran Khan has been remarkable helping us, getting Americans out and people who are targeted. They've been truly remarkable. Weren't they part of your plan?
Yes. I had a great relationship with Khan. He was a great athlete. He was a great cricket player. He was like the Mickey Mantle of cricket. Okay, I don't know if you know that, but he was a great athlete.
I know.
I guess, that's how he was famous in the country, and he became prime minister. And he was a friend of mine, and he appreciated, I wiped out ISIS 100% of the caliphate, which is much tougher than getting out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And we were getting out of Afghanistan. I took it down from 20,000 down to 2,500 troops or less. And plus we had some European troops that I insisted be there, because why should we be fighting all this stuff? I mean, another reason Europe wasn't in love with me, but they respected this country. They respected us greatly. Now they don't. They're laughing at us like we're fools. No, and
we are.
The way he got out of Afghanistan was, in my opinion, and your opinion too, I think it was the most embarrassing event in the history of our country.
It tells me something about the American soul, that it is still wide awake and still open, because I think people saw that and saw that that was the most dishonorable thing we've ever done. It was dishonorable the way we treated our allies for so long. Leaving people behind, leaving Americans behind, it has never been done. And now to have the Pakistani general and the Pakistani prime minister helping Americans to get out and doing the things that our own federal government should be doing. It's shameful. It's shameful.